Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Palmisano here. Why are we doing Freebird? Because my vocal coach, yes, vocal coach, named Missy McQuarrie, look, Missy, got the name right, wants me to. And she says, oh, this is not what either of us had in mind, right? Like, I was going to send you a song where people are singing, but she's just like, we talked about breath and the flow of breath and sound placement, and I want you to pick up on a couple things. And she sends me, anyway, 58 seconds. Tasty slow slide to lead us into the opening vocal. Notice how nicely he lets it taper off in volume as Ronnie enters. Loves it. Let's hit the button. Let's go. Great voice leading on that piano. I think that footage is a little wrong there, because what's happening here is this little push, right? But I think he's doing it with the slide to get those little sounds of the birds. But then if you look at this piece of footage, that's not what's happening there. So I think that's just a little mixing and matching happening. Let's keep going. That slide.
If I leave here tomorrow, would you still remember me?
Couple things I want to point out. If you're new to this channel, you're going to learn something. Now, I've learned this song before. I've played it in bands, so this is not ice cold. But I'm going to point out little things that I notice, but I'm going to try to keep it quick. First off, progression. Key of G major. D over F sharp. Okay? This is a 5 chord. The notes in the key of D are D, F sharp, and A respectively. Remember it forever. DFA. Doesn't matter what type of D, what type of F, what type of A. DFA, okay? So all you're doing is creating this voice leading in the bass. G down to F sharp, and your chord changes from G major to D major, okay? Down to E minor. So this is a 1 chord, 5 chord first inversion, E minor 7, whatever. Now, we borrow from our minor key, if you will, but F major, a lot of times you'll play with bands, they put that C in the bass, so 5th in the bass, and then C major, okay, with G in the bass, and then up to your 5 chord D. What the hell? No, it sounded weird. So again, 1, 5 first inversion, 6 minor, flat 7, 4, 5, and then and now the melody part. Remember, I always tell everybody, learn the melody to every song that you learn, okay? The melody part for the slide, one of the most iconic slide parts ever, gives you all the information you need about what's important. Shooting for the... Actually, you know what? I'll go back and show it, and I'll play with it. So over the G, shooting right for the G, root of the 1 chord. That is an F sharp. That is the 3rd, okay, of your 5 chord. Picture your D major. There's your F sharp. So the same way we focused on it here, on this descending line, we're having the melody match the descending bass line. Melody's matching the descending bass line. It just follows it down. Listen. That. But there's that E. G, F sharp, E. Now where do we go? We go to, where did we go? We went to F here, over the F chord. To the G, okay? So that's now the 5th of the C chord. Up to the root of the D chord. So again, we're aware of our chord tones, we're tracking them, we're making melodies that follow the notes that are in the chord forever. That's how the best of the best do it.
If I leave here tomorrow, would you still remember me? I must be traveling on now, 'cause there's
Love
too
that.
many places I've got to see. If I stay with you, girl, things just couldn't be the same. 'Cause I'm as free as a bird now. I swear I am.
Love that. Okay. There's some really uncomfortable parts in there. This song, especially with this band back in the day, if you will, okay, with all the different guitar players and the piano player, and you're touring, start slowly with the arpeggiated thing, man, there's always 1 or 2 people out of tune. There's always 1 or 2 people that aren't voice leading the same way. In every band I ever covered this song with, that also stayed true. Really hard to do in all of these, right? To do the... and have everybody doing that and have everybody in tune. Like, please, I beg you, okay? Let the person that's doing this do that. Come up with a, come up with a different part. Do the, something. Give each other space. 2, the slide. While he's singing and watching him do the slide, every now and again, the notes are the same note. And he's watching his hands. He's watching his body language to try to slide in and out with him to get a feel for it because it's a little pitchy. But then, every now and again, the notes are totally different, and he's got to maintain that breath and he's got to maintain that note while the slide is moving around, playing like a counterpoint melody. That's hard to do. So much of this song is, can we get to the big part, right? Can we get there with as little damage as possible? I actually want to see what Missy said about this part. She said, vocals enter a bit pushed. I didn't really notice that, but I'm working on it, Missy. So 120, Wood is overshot with too much push, then Ronnie Van Zant remembers he's fucking Ronnie Van Zant and relaxes it a bit, and things flow better. Okay, next couple phrases taper off a bit. Diaphragmatic support drops off early in each line here. I'm going to try to pay attention to that. The I, especially at 145, is so characteristic of Ronnie's sound. Let me go back and hear this.
If I stay.
Yeah, okay. This is achieved with a lifted, soft palate up top, twangy nasality, and tongue tension in the back. His breath management hits a good flow from I Swear I Am into the chorus. He's not holding back, not pushing too much out at the tops of phrases. I'm going to watch it again from here. Singer talk.
Things just couldn't be the same. 'Cause I'm as free as I swear I am.
Just want to make sure you're listening. The louder it gets, the more the band starts to have this cohesive structure. The quieter and the cleaner. Little tuning stuff, dynamic stuff, they're all kind of getting to that spot, okay? So those notes are the same. Whoa, 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 right? But then, listen. Watch him watch it. Got through that one.
Play pretty for Oakland.
What did I say? What did I say? One of you, pick a different spot. And what did you see? G major is exactly the spot I told you to jump to. Pattern 1, D over F sharp. Again, D over F sharp, E minor. Great slide.
Billy Powell, piano.
I've always thought he was the best. That run. Beautiful. That bass walk up there, that boom, 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 right? If you're going to do that, right, make sure everybody knows it's happening and you don't have one person going down while another person's going up. Just little things like that. that video was wrong.
with you now. Well, things just couldn't be the same. 'Cause I'm as free as a bird.
By the way, I just want to say this too. I'm so grateful that they showed the drummer here. I was just about to comment, and I'll comment now, about if he wasn't so forceful back there with the crashes and the snares, this song it's so easy for it to fall apart slow. So it's like you have to be slow, but you have to be really, really concise and concerted and like forceful with where the beats are. So it can be slow, but when you hit it, it's whack it, right? And it's just right on the snare. Like you have to be like, you have to really push this along. Like this is like the drummer, like we really need you. And he crushes it on this.
How about you, and the bird will never change. Oh, and the bird cannot change.
That breath.
And this bird you cannot change.
Matching the notes. Speed up. So check this out. That little builds up together. Again, this is what a band's all about. It's about flowing as one. Forget about being on grid and on time. It's dun, 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 right? There's that anticipation. Now what happens here is you get G to B flat to C. So that's 1 flat 3 4. So this is G minor is your bass movement. 1 flat 3 4, right? But your chords, major, 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 okay? Some people just do the power chords, omit the thirds, whatever. But the point is this lift here is a minor lift. Okay, you hear those little ba 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 ba. Those little walk-ups. Make sure you get that chromatic to G. Now this is starting very much G minor pentatonic. I'm trying to let it play, but I never learned these note for note. But right, G minor, flat 7 to 1. Right? It's all that stuff in there. Love that move. That. This little Albert King box. flat 7 root, flat 3, 4. Bend to the 5, but what he does here, root, bend through it to the 9. Love it. You got it. When you bend through the root, you got to get there, right? You can't. No, you got to. You got to get there. So you got the dueling guitars here. The key thing to remember is you got those hits walking up. That a dom dom, boom 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 boom. If you're a band, that's what to focus on, right? Get that first, okay? Get that first. All those hits, everybody in the band, get those and make sure you have it in your soul. That's what makes good bands good bands, is that rhythm section crushing that back part. Now, when you're on to the lead part here, okay? G minor pentatonic, okay? You got that that kind of triplet or 16th notes, 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a and you're just keeping that cascade, and it just goes up the neck in minor pentatonic shapes. So, you know, it like in one part it's the, and then it jumps up to the, you know, like, and then the, to the, and again, I didn't learn this, but that's what it sounds like. Minor pentatonic. Think about you know, this that 16th note, that 1 E and the 2 E and the 3 E and the 4 E and then switch to triplet. But you're just moving over in those minor pentatonic shapes. One to use low, one to use high, listen to each other. You do this for 40 years, you have a game plan you probably don't alter. A lot of you out there are like, no, you got to learn it note for note like the record. It's live, man. You can have fun, okay? Especially if you're playing this with people you haven't played before, and you're like, yeah, do Freebird. You're like, yeah, okay, we're going to go up. If I see you here, I'm going to go here. If you're at 16ths, I'm going to match your 16ths. If you're triplets, I'm going to try to match your triplets. We know it's G minor. We're just watching, okay? We're watching and we're listening. Listen to the band. All right. As much as I want you to focus on the guitar playing, look at the bass player. Listen and listen to the rest of the band. The bass player is boom, 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 right, doing these arpeggios for each one, sounding huge while the drummer's doing the roll. This is what great bands do. This is when they're flying. Like, this is why it's so hard to get to this point of the song, because everybody just wants to get to this point. Because once you're here, it's like there's such succinct, separate rolls. And you put those together, and it's so much larger than the sum of the pieces. Like, it's such, like, the sum is larger than each of the pieces put together. I forget how you say that, but it's true. Listen to the bass. bass. Do it again. Flat 3. 4. Probably do this with power chords. Hold on 1 sec. All right, we're back in. Feeling it. All right. I love Lynyrd Skynyrd. A rock band's rock band, right? A band. That's the point. A band playing together, a little out of tune, a little out of time, all heart and energy, right? A little hungover, pushing across, reeling it in like a band. Love it. Key takeaways for me. Let's do harmony first. Start G major, okay? You have that melody, match the vocal line, match the bass line, okay? G, F sharp, E. Root of the 1 chord, third of the 5 chord, root of the 6 chord. Simple, okay? It goes to F, C, D. So we're borrowing for a moment, okay? F major, melody goes to it, hit that flat 7. You can hit the F, you can hit the C. Point is, it goes to it. Same thing with the C, goes right to the chord tone. And then when it goes to the D, it jumps right to D. So learn the melody, whatever. But that's G major. When it goes to the F, you have F instead of F sharp. That's your takeaway. When it goes to the F, you got an F instead of F sharp. When you go to the F instead of F sharp. Okay? Voice leading. Make sure everybody in the band does the same descending or ascending things at the same time. Okay? If you're going to voice lead, great. Everybody do it. Okay? When it gets to the loud parts you're trying to get to, or before that, when you're in the quiet part, okay? If you happen to have a piano and 3 guitar players and a bass player, sweet Jesus, okay? Let the piano player be the one that runs the show. They know it the best. They always will. They always do. Okay? Bass player's going to do what the bass player's going to do. And then you have the one guitar player doing the big open chords. Awesome. The piano player is going to stay out of the guitar player's way. Awesome. Then, the other 2 guitar players. One's doing slide, okay? Be tasteful with your slides in and out. Don't, if you got a singer, you can do the slide while they're singing it. But again, like they're doing it, stand next to each other. Listen. Hard. Very hard to do right. And then the other guitar player, if you happen to be there. Don't encroach down here. Pick a spot in here. Do the voice leading if you're going to do the voice leading, right? Do the G, D over F sharp, right? Make sure you put that F sharp in the bass if everybody else is. Don't be clashing with people. And then when it gets to the big part, know that you're really switching to the tonality of G minor, okay? That's the vibe that the audience is feeling that's different. That ascending bass of that kind of screwed that up. But whatever that is, right, that walk up, make sure everyone does it, rehearse it, make sure everyone does it at the same time, whether it's every 4 times or every 8 times or whatever that is. Being a big sounding band during this part for your lead players is everything. Now, lead players, again, G minor is your basic thing. Now, a lot of those there's a lot of G major pedal steel stuff happening in there, okay? That, you're going to have to go back and you're going to have to learn. If you want it to sound like the song, you're going to have to figure out exactly who's doing which bends into what, practice them together, and make sure that no one is playing minor when it's major, and all your pedal steel bends are going and achieving the chord tone all the way. You're not in this vague no man's land. That's something you have to do together. But for those of you that are winging it in minor land, like I talked about, and just doing this cascading thing, that's what you talk about. That's what you go for. Wherever it is. Right? You just think, okay, minor, I shift when they shift, I'm going up, I'm creating this thing, but it's just little pieces of minor pentatonic that are going up. You're not playing 9s, you're not playing 6s, you're not really playing 2s, okay? You're just keeping it straight and narrow, matching the rhythm section's vibe. Missy, I'm sorry. I did not really pick up on a lot of the singing things, except when it seemed he was pulling back, when it seemed that he was fighting, even though it's not like a fight, but with the slide that is so loud to be right on that pitch, and especially when they matched pitch, I imagine that's the hardest thing if the slide's moving and you're thinking, I'm going to stay right here, and dude had a little too much beer last night and it's a little jittery, and you had 15 Marlboros this morning, so you're pushing it, and it's just kind of this thing. Seems hard to me. But all in all, I will just leave it at this. One of the best bands of all time, playing one of the most famous songs of all time, and everybody in the audience is so waiting for that peak, for that climax. It just has to be. There's a reason it's one of the most iconic, the most requested bar song of all time. Because when you get there, you get there. Love you, my friends. Take it easy. Keep the guitar in your hands. Keep trying to get a little bit better each day. That's what I'm doing. And again, if you're interested in Missy and taking some vocal lessons, don't overthink it. Vocal lessons, Missy. Vocal lessons, Missy. Her link's in the description. And if you want to join the GuitarGate semester, just fill out that survey down there. Starts Monday. And if you like my lessons and courses, you're not ready for a full intensive thing, you can just join GuitarGate. You get all my lessons and courses. And just go to guitargate.com/courses. There will also be a link in the description. I love you. Take care. See you.